For 15 years, he played both sides. But when he finally tried to do the right thing, it cost him everything. Detective Cola Diramola was feared by criminals and civilians. He took bribes, framed suspects, and covered up killings. He always said, "The law is only as clean as the man who holds it." But when his teenage son got caught in a gang crossfire, Cola broke. He stared at his boy's hospital bed and saw every choice he'd made come full circle. He wanted out. He wanted justice, real justice, for once. Cola went to the Anti-Corruption Bureau. He offered names, bank accounts, operations. But his handlers were skeptical. Some thought it was a trap. Word got out on the street that he was talking. He wore a wire, met his old partners in a bar, and recorded everything. It was his last act of service and of penance. The files went public. The press exploded. The system shook. 3 days later, Cola was found dead in his car. Bullet to the head. No witnesses. No cameras. His funeral was quiet. His name never made the news. But the people he helped convict? They'll never walk free again. He wore the same badge as me. We grew up under the same roof. But he chose silence, and I chose justice. Detective Emmanuel Manny Adeyemi had just made sergeant. Third generation in the force. His older brother, Inspector Deo, was a local legend, respected, untouchable, clean. Or so everyone thought. When a whistleblower dropped a sealed envelope on Manny's desk, with evidence of illegal property seizures, planted drugs, and money going missing from evidence rooms, Manny wanted to ignore it. Until he saw Deo's signature on one of the orders. The deeper Manny investigated, the clearer it became. Deo wasn't just involved, he orchestrated the whole ring. Colleagues warned Manny to stop. His mother begged him not to shame the family name. Even Deo said, "Don't dig where you eat, little brother." Manny made the hardest decision of his life. He wired himself, met Deo alone, and got a confession. It wasn't clean. There was shouting, heartbreak, even tears. But he walked out with the truth recorded. The task force collapsed. High-ranking officers resigned. Deo was arrested. Manny didn't celebrate. He didn't speak to the press. But he stood at his desk the next morning, alone, betrayed, and unshaken. She was the only one brave enough to speak out. Now, no one knows where she is, or if she's still alive. Detective Lala Monroe was one of the best narcotics investigators in her department. White, mid-30s, sharp as a knife. But her biggest case wasn't against the criminal she chased. It was against her own task force. She uncovered a ring of dirty cops trafficking seized drugs, using evidence rooms as supply closets. She didn't want glory. She just wanted out, and maybe to sleep at night without a gun under her pillow. The threat started when she turned over her findings to internal affairs. Her partner ghosted her. Her badge was suspended. Then someone leaked her address. She wore a bulletproof vest to the mailbox. She testified in secret. Within a week, 3 cops were arrested. But 2 walked. That's when the marshals took her. New name, new town, witness protection. But every time she passed a patrol car, she froze. Today, she's just a teacher's aide at a small school in Nebraska. No photos, no past. But some nights, neighbors say they hear her pacing outside, whispering badge numbers like a prayer she can't forget. He was the poster boy of the precinct, until the bodicums, the silence, and the lies caught up with him. Officer Ryan Thatcher, a decorated cop in a quiet Midwestern town, was known for being efficient. But behind the praise were suppressed reports, bruised civilians, and silent quotas. He didn't ask questions. He just followed the code. Protect your own. But everything changed after he pulled over an unarmed black teen and things went wrong. The boy survived, barely. And Ryan, he couldn't sleep anymore. The boy's mother showing up at court. The kid's wheelchair, it shattered him. Ryan testified, against his own department. He brought emails, dashcam edits, and whistleblower tapes. But the Brotherhood turned on him. Death threats, slash tires. Even internal affairs distanced themselves when the case grew political. He left the force and started working at a community outreach center, tutoring teens, speaking anonymously to reform advocates, refusing interviews. His face never shone. His past always catching up. One night, someone spray-painted traitor across the center wall. Hours later, Ryan was found slumped over his desk. Heart attack, they said. Some say it was guilt. Others say it was justice. Either way, the system he helped build didn't forgive him, even when he finally tried to fix it.